Hello and welcome to our Bible study of chapter 29 of 1 Samuel. Now the Philistines gathered together all their armies to Aphek, and the Israelites pitched by a fountain which is in Jezreel. And the lords of the Philistines passed by on hundreds and by thousands, but David and his men passed on in the rearward with Achish. Then said the princes of the Philistines, What do these Hebrews here? And Achish said unto the princes of the Philistines, Is not this David the servant of Saul the king of Israel, which hath been with me these days, all these years? And I have found no fault in him since he fell unto me unto this day. So, well, he was good at keeping up the act for years, our David. Well, technically he wasn't. He was just hiding it from Achish. We knew what he was up to behind his back. And the princes of the Philistines were wroth with him. And the princes of the Philistines said unto him, Make this fellow return, that he may go again to his place which thou hast appointed him, and let him not go down with us to battle, lest in the battle he be an adversary to us. For wherewith should he reconcile himself unto his master? Should it not be with the heads of these men? So they did not want David there. Is not this David of whom they sang one to another in dances, saying, Saul slew his thousands and David his 10,000s? So here is a bit of a dilemma for David and his men. So David and his men now face the dilemma where they were expected to fight for the Philistines. Yikes. They were expected to fight against Israel. But again, God intervened. God intervened again. And the princes of the Philistines then said, Hang on a minute, what's this guy doing here? And they said, this is a big risk because we remember David. Although he might have been fooled by how David was acting now, the Philistines remembered David and what he did. Okay. Then Achish called David and said unto him, tea break, pause. Surely as the Lord liveth, thou hast been upright, and thy going out and thy coming in with me in the host is good in my sight. For I have not found evil in thee since the day of thy coming unto me unto this day. Nevertheless the Lord favoureth thee not. Wherefore now return and go in peace, that thou displease not the lords of the Philistines. So he saved him there. And David said unto Achish, But what have I done? And what hast thou found in thy servant, so long as I have been with thee unto this day, that I may not go fight against the enemies of my lord the king? So Achish was outnumbered. I'm going to put here by God's grace, because that was God intervening. And so David very likely to have been relieved to not have to fight his own people, but he played along. So he didn't seem suspicious. You can't seem too excited when you get what you want there. So he kind of was like, oh, darn it, can't fight, that's not fair. What a comedian. Let's read the end of this chapter here. And Achish answered and said to David, I know that thou art good in my sight, as an angel of God, notwithstanding the princes of the Philistines have said, He shall not go up with us to the battle. Wherefore now rise up early in the morning with thy master's servants that are come with thee, and as soon as ye be up early in the morning and have light, depart. So David and his men rose up early to depart in the morning, and returned to the land of the Philistines, and the Philistines went up to Jezreel. So while Ashish did trust David, there was nothing he could do. And so he was told to go back to the Philistines, and the army would soon head on their way to Ziklag. And we'll find out tomorrow what happens. Tomorrow is a meaty one. And then we are almost done with Samuel. So yeah, that's interesting. Please leave your questions or comments if you have any, and I'll see you tomorrow for chapter 30. Have a good one. Bye.